With Into the Light just a few weeks away and the final shape just a few more weeks away, it is time to cover how you as a solo player can prepare yourself for these new activities and make sure you are ready to conquer these activities when they finally arrive. Being a solo player myself, I know it can be hard at times, and I'm sure you understand that too, especially in a game like Destiny where most activities require 3 or 6 players. Being a solo can prevent you from getting some of the best items in the game, or at least delay you from getting them quicker than normal. So being prepared in a game like Destiny as a solo player is very, very important, especially before the biggest DLC coming to Destiny 2. So in this video, I'm going to let you know how to prepare yourself for the final shape and also Into the Light as a solo player. This video is going to include all the weapons that you need to get to make sure you are prepared for this DLC, how to take advantage of all of the LFG systems around Destiny 2, and everything you should be doing before it actually comes out. So let's start off with the most simple but most important part of being a solo player and that's doing the LFG Group Finder. First, you'll want to learn how to manage both the in-game LFG system and also the Discord LFG system. Now, if you don't know how to use the in-game system, let me quickly give you a simple breakdown. Once you're in the game, obviously, head over to the Friends tab and you'll see the Fireteam Finder right at the top in a massive banner. If you click into this, you've got Search and Create. Let's start off with Search. It's very simple, just click the activity that you want to do and click Search. You'll see a bunch of people that have hosted lobbies and are looking for players to join them and obviously come and help them complete this activity. From here on, just choose one of the activities or one of the groups that looks good that you want to join, and hopefully they'll invite you to their fire team. From here on out, turn your microphone on and join up and complete it. Now, as for the Creation tab, this works the exact same way, but you can make your own fire team and pick who you want to join your fire team. So just click into Create, choose the activity you want, and add any tags or a listing title that you want and your personal preferences. From here, just post it and people will request to join your fire team. You can go ahead and inspect them, see what gear they have, and if you like them, invite them to your fire team. Once you've got as many guardians as you need, you are ready to go, turn on your microphone and complete the activity. Hopefully you can even make some friends along the way. This in-game LFG system will be your best friend when these new DLCs come out, as they will be the exact same as they are today. They'll just have all the extra activities for these new DLC that came out. When you're using this in-game activity, try and make friends along the way and add them to your Bungie friends list, and then you could play with them in the future. As for the Discord LFG system, this is a third-party service that was created before the in-game service came out, and a lot of players still actually use this, including myself. Now, I'll leave a link in the description down below on how to join this Discord server, but if you don't have Discord by now in 2024, you should definitely get it, and I don't know why you don't have it. So once you set yourself up and join this channel, you'll see over on the left all of the PvE LFG channels. Just click into the one you want to do and you'll see a lot of people posting all of the stuff about this activity. As you can see here, I've gone into the Crota's End activity and you can see all these people typing LF5M or LF2M or something very similar. If you don't know, this stands for looking for 5 more players. They'll also have in their description something like the activity they're doing if they're on a certain checkpoint in a dungeon or a raid. At the very end, there'll also be a join code. Just copy and paste this join code into Destiny and you should be able to join their fire team. If you want to make your own group, just do the same thing and type out exactly what you need for a certain activity. Let's say you're doing a fresh Crota's End run, just type in something like fresh Crota run, looking for 5 more players, and then your join code. You can find your specific join code on your character in game when you click on your character. It should just be your Bungie name followed by a hashtag and 4 numbers. Now, I wanted to break down these in-game and third-party LFG systems because these are the most important aspect of the game as a solo player, and you need to learn how to use these before the final shape comes out. Not only are these systems great for actually finding guardians to do these activities with, but they are also great for finding friends. So take advantage of this and make some friends along the way. This is a great time to get used to this before this DLC drops by getting in and doing some dungeons, raids, and nightfalls at the moment. Since you are now an expert on the in-game and third-party LFG system, let's cover some great weapons you should definitely have before the final shape launches. A lot of these weapons are from the current seasonal model in the helm, and they will be disappearing as soon as the final shape launches. So if you don't get them now, you won't be able to get them until they are added to the exotic mission rotator, and it will be a lot harder to get them then than it is now. There is a lot of meta guns in the game right now, so I'm going to cover some of the best weapons that are extremely easy to get right now as a solo player. Towards the end of the video, I'll also throw in some harder to get weapons for some of you experienced solo players watching this video. Let's start off with some super easy to obtain ones, but these are still very effective in all PvE activities. Over in the helm at Riven in Season of the Wish, the go-to weapons from this menu is the Doomed Petitioner. This is one of the best linear fusion rifles in the game. The gold roll for this is Reconstruction and Precision Instrument, a great combo for killing bosses and mini bosses in the game. The Scatter Signal is a new fusion rifle that performs extremely well inside of PvE, that also goes in the kinetic slot while also being strand. The gold roll for this one that you want is Slice and Controlled Burst, or Overflow and Controlled Burst, depending on your preference. The Adhorative is another decent pulse rifle here. This one can roll with Heal Clip and Incandescent. With the recent changes to Heal Clip now giving Cure ×2, it is definitely a viable option and a must-have weapon. Moving towards the war table here, the Regden is your first option in this list that can roll with Envious Assassin and Explosive Light. This is a great crafted grenade launcher to have for killing bosses. The Prodigal Return is a special GL and one that you must have. This one can roll with Envious Assassin and also Volt Shot, which is great for killing adds in any encounter. From the war table, you can also get all of the class specific swords from here, so that's up to you if you want to go and get them for all three of your classes. Down at the center station, nothing here is of real value except the Bug Out Bag, which is a Callus Mini Tool Replica Solar SMG. This is a very good option if you don't have a Callus Mini Tool. The gold roll for this SMG is Subsistence and Incandescent, making it a great SMG to use in PvE. And lastly, over at the Ritual table, the Eremite is a must-have solar fusion rifle that can roll with Envious Assassin and Controlled Burst. Now, I'm specifically recommending these weapons first because you should try and craft these first. These should be at the top of your list, and then once you've got these, you can go and farm out the rest of the guns and also get them crafted, because you never know what will happen with the meta and what guns can come in and come out of the meta. Every weapon that you've seen on this list and also in the helm will be completely gone from the helm the moment the final shape launches, and you won't be able to come back here and buy them as easily as you can right now. You will have to wait, like I said, until the exotic mission rotator is circling that mission from this specific season to be able to farm out these weapons. It will not be easy to get them once the final shape launches, so you should definitely do it right now, and I can't stress that enough. Another thing that I recommend that you can do, but this one is not necessary as a solo player, is start your bounty preparation. Start stacking your bounties now on all three of your characters to give you that extra little bit of boost when the final shape launches, giving you thousands of XP ahead of everyone else that didn't bounty prep. The main reason to bounty prep in Destiny 2 for a new season is to get as deep as you can into the artifact mods so that you can have the best artifact mods earlier than everyone else, helping you in these day one raids and also all the other activities in the game. Just like this season, as you can see in the 4th and 5th tier of the artifact mods, there are some great solar boosting mods that make your subclass 10 times better if you didn't have them on. If you're a solo player heading into the final shape and you really want to get in there and try the new raid on day one, this is very important. This could be the difference between you and another player getting into this random group, so doing this will definitely help you out. But like I said, this definitely isn't necessary and you don't need to do it. This is just for the more experienced solo players out there that have nothing else to do this season. Another thing to mention is any weapons in the game that come from raids, dungeons, trials, or even nightfalls, all of these will still be up for grabs once this DLC drops, so I wouldn't worry too much about farming them out. However, you definitely will be focusing on the new content, and the chances of you going back and doing older raids once the final shape has come out are going to be pretty low. So if you are looking to get some of the current best raiding, dungeon, and nightfall loot in the game, I'm going to list that off right now so that you have it and you're prepared with it for when the final shape launches. I'm just going to go through every single raid and list off my personal opinion on the best weapons from each raid. Now, I'm not going to mention every single weapon, but most weapons from raids are usually some of the best in the game, so I'm going to keep this list short and sweet and pick the best ones from each raid. Starting off with Crota's End, my personal opinion, you need to get the Word of Crota and also the Abyss Defiant. These are two of the best weapons out of all of the ones available. Moving over into Root of Nightmares, I recommend you get the Briar's Contempt, the Linear Fusion Rifle, the Corax's Distress Grenade Launcher, and of course the Conditional Finality, the exotic, one of the best exotics in the game. Moving over into the Vow of the Disciple, I would definitely recommend you get the Forbearance, the best ad clearing grenade launcher in the entire game. Jumping over into Vault of Glass, the Fatebringer, one of the best hand cannons in the game. The Deepstone Crypt has a lot of great weapons as well, but the two that I would recommend you get first is the Heritage and the Commemoration. And finally, in the Last Wish raid, I would want to recommend every single weapon from here, as they are all great in their own instances. However, the three that I'm definitely going to recommend first is the Apex Predator, the Supremacy, and the Tyranny of Heaven. You can also try and go for the 1000 Voices. This might be a meta in the future, we don't know yet. As for Dungeon Loot and also Nightfalls, I'm going to make a separate video on these ones as great weapons to get as a solo player before the final shape, so keep an eye on my channel down below for that, subscribe and click the bell notification so you can see that one when it comes out. But anyway, Guardians, that will wrap the video up there. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, feel free to drop a like, subscribe, comment down below. That would be much appreciated. There will be plenty of solo content coming out in the near future and also in the final shape, of course. On my channel, I've started a new series. Every single week on the weekly reset, I go through and deliver a weekly farming guide of everything that you should be doing for that specific week. As there are so many things in Destiny 2 to do every single week, it can get confusing and what you should actually be doing and what you're missing out on. So this video that I post every week specifies and tells you exactly what you should be doing every single week. On your screen right now is last week's reset, so if you want to check that video out, that would be much appreciated. But going into the future, I will be putting out one of these every single week. So subscribe to keep an eye on them. But anyway, Guardians, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Later.